you ever been to jail?
I said, ain't nobody trying to walk that far. The fuck? Right? And then she said, excuse me?
With those one day. Just because I'm like, this is ridiculous.
I'm like, this is stupid. What do people misunderstand about you the most?
I know, bitch. We're back. That's crazy. We got a little surprise guest over here.
Yes. We're killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
Killing them. Getting some back to school hair done, some crocheting. I'm here untangling shit, you know. Yeah, let's get right into it.
Yes, sir.
I got something right off the bat. I'm irritated with y'all. You notice we haven't had questions from the public in a while?
I know.
Y'all, sheesh. It takes 2 seconds. Swipe up on a post. Be like, hey, what y'all bitches do during the week?
Do you hate us?
Just say that.
I think so.
Just say that. My gosh. Anyway, our promotion's going right now. We're a contest. Still get the likes. Yeah, English. Subscribing. Get to it. Yeah, win some services with us, man. If you don't want to come see us, just say that. But you can give it away too. So
yeah,
all good.
What's your most embarrassing childhood memory?
We were probably like, no, I was in junior high. I don't know which grade. I feel like it was 7 because we merged schools. So John McNeil and Harborview went into John Martin. So like we didn't know a lot of these people because we grew up in our little group and we didn't really leave like Highfield or whatever. And we went to the park one day. This is probably like not halfway through the year, but we were a couple months in. And we met down Leahy. And there was like maybe 3 or 4 of the guys we went to school with, and the rest was like all girls. And we're all like chilling, laughing, haha. And then we were like playing grounders or tag or whatever on the park. And I remember like going up and going down the slide, but I sat in something.
Oh no.
And I had like light pants on. So at first, like everyone's like, oh, you have mud on your bum. You have mud on your bum. And then they started being like, she started her period through her pants. Boo, like all the guys, but it wasn't. And I was scared that I couldn't see. And I'm not about to drop my pants and be like, what is it? And so like, I was like, it's not. That's not what it is. I sat in something. They're like, no, that's not you. You're bleeding in your pants. Blah. Oh my God. And everyone was making fun of me. And I felt so bad. Because I'm like, I'm not bleeding. And I ended up walking home. And when I got home, I was so mad because I didn't. I literally sat, it was only on the outside of my pants. And so I wanted to sit there and like I would have took a video and been like, look, bitch, like it wasn't on the inside of the pants. But I was so embarrassed because I was like, how could I let this happen? Like,
okay, freaking one time. I was little, but I was old enough. So what are you doing? But I pooped my pants, right? But I was old enough, so it's like, okay, go change. No,
where were you at?
Like I was home, but I was like, I let it be in my pants for too long, and it wasn't even diarrhea. So mommy was like, "Well, go fucking dang it, go." I was like, "Okay," and so I did. And then I remember being at the table, like eating, and she was calling all her friends, telling them, and I was like, "Bro, like,
are you serious?
Your parents, right?"
Wow, like, that's the worst nightmare. When you do something stupid, and your parents are like, "Yeah, guess what? I do it sometimes. Like, okay. I am guilty, but like certain things, I'm not because that's a sin." Like. You hear them on the phone, yeah, guess what she did? Yeah. I'm like, oh. I'm freaking weak.
That's so funny.
I'm trying to think of what else. I was just a nerdy kid.
I was just quiet. Like, I didn't talk at all.
Like that, too. My mom used to bring me places. She'd be like, oh, she doesn't really talk. Like, don't even bother. Okay.
I remember when I was little, I don't know if I already said this, but we used to go to like this lunch program, and this man, he used to always be like, "You're so pretty," like aw. And I'd be like, and like, he's like, so you're not going to say thank you? And I thought I didn't have to say thank you because to me in my head, like,
You're just saying something to me.
but it's like, I didn't make myself. Like,
Like?
that's a compliment for my parents. That's what I thought. Like, I was like, I don't have to say thank you.
I'm friggin' weak. I don't know. I barely talk to my grandparents. Like, I just be vibing. I don't know.
Like,
What? I didn't have to talk. For what? Y'all are gonna feed me. I don't have to
Right.
ask for food.
like, what do you want?
I had a little deodorant issue in grade 7. It all happened in grade 7. Life went to shit in grade 7. It was, well, now you know, obviously, because we're older, but your body mixes with different scents and gives off different scents. So not everything works for everybody.
Yeah.
And I used to be obsessed with the lady speed stick, but like the fruity one. It was like the berries or whatever. But like fruit doesn't smell nice with sweat.
No.
And like, I didn't know shit because I didn't really sweat like that until grade 7. And we were in the lineup to go into class one day. And this girl walked past me and I could tell she was like doing something sneaky, but I didn't know any of these people.
Right.
And then she walked past me again. And then next thing you know, like 3 other people are walking past me.
Okay, don't fucking.
And what had happened was she went over to her little friend and was like, go smell her. Like,
Hey.
She thinks she's all that pretty and like smell her armpits, blah, 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 blah.
But
I didn't know because like and at that point I clued into what they're doing, so I'm standing there like this. But I'm like, okay, for one, we just had fucking gym. Yeah. I sweat through this nasty ass deodorant. So then one of my guy friends who like I still laugh because I always will say like he knows a woman's body more than a woman. And he's like, no, you need to stop. Like, what kind of deodorant are you wearing? And he was never rude about it, but I like because I went crying. Yeah. Like later that day I went home and I was pissed. And he's like, no, like, what deodorant do you use? I was like, it's the fruity one. He's like, don't do that. Like, use either an unscented one or like an original. He's like, because it's probably mixing with your body and blah, 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 blah. And from that day, I was like, nope, fuck that. If I got to walk home, shower, and go back to school, I am.
That's rude they were doing that.
Like, get your life together. We're fucking 10.
Like, what? I remember, it's like that. Well, okay, sorry. One of my sisters, I won't say, but she had a deodorant, and like the deodorant smelled good. It was apple, but on the body, it smelled like I kept smelling a whiff of toilet. I'm like, what is what the fuck, man? And then I was like, oh, it's the apple.
I'm weak, and see, it changes. Yeah, like it obviously smells good in the container. Like just recently, and every once in a while, I find I have to change them. Because, like, I was using... I don't remember. Yeah,
like, you can't use the same one.
No. I used Nivea for a while. And then I found... I don't know what it was the last, like, in June, I think. When I was going to the gym. Like, I don't sweat like that, but I was, like, hot. And it was... I would just be sitting at work like, oh, fuck, it's hot. Like, why is it so hot? So then that one just wasn't working no more. I'm like, what do I need to use men's? Like, what is going on over here? So I just bought one the other day at Shoppers, $18. It was on sale for $12, but still, it's almost minty. It's like charcoal magnesium or something. Ooh. That's lit. We have no issues.
Describe yourself in one word.
Mess.
Pissed. That's how I'm feeling lately.
Straight up mess. Just a disaster. Any of those words. I gotta tell this story. Went on a hike yesterday. It was supposed to be a walk, okay? And it was me and 2 girls. We were originally gonna do like this other trail, but we started reading about it and it was like there's moose and coyotes and
oh my god,
whatever else. So I wasn't into that. There was like rivers and they were like wear water shoes and it was too much. And so one girl sent like another place and was like, yeah, let's try going here. Like it looks less whatever. So we get up there and instantly we're going up these rocks to get into the trail. We see a snake. I almost tripped, rolled my fucking ankles and fell back down the hill we were walking up. Not even 2 minutes later, there's a big green one and it's probably like that thick, which is not that big, but it's too big for me. And then we see this couple going in with a dog. And we're like, oh, do you guys do this trail a lot? And as we get into the woods, you can't see nothing. It's so like heavily treed, and there's no. It was not a trail. Okay, it's
just plain woods.
Oh my god! There's roots, there's rocks, and there's pine needles all over the fucking place. There is nowhere to walk. It's like figure your fucking shit out and go.
Oh my god!
So we start walking. They're like, "Yeah, where are you guys trying to get to?" We're like, "Okay, we're just trying to round this lake and get back out." It says an hour and 6 minutes. They're like, "Oh yeah, no problem. Go that way." Like whatever. So we start walking, and then at one point there's a split. And there was a marker on one of the trees, so we're like, well, let's go that way because it's marked.
Yeah.
That was a setup. Whoever put that there, fuck you. And your dog. Because we went down there, and that got us lost. We went down by some other lake. There was no more trail. There was no nothing. And then we look up and see this man in a red jacket. And he is like, so we're down this hill where we should not have been at all. We're like hearing squirrels and shit and whatever. This man, red coat, he had headphones on, just like, whew, walks. So we're on the hill looking up like this. Yeah. He cuts out of fucking nowhere because you hear the trees like crinkle, crinkle. And we look up and he is just A-lining through the fucking woods. And I'm like, okay, that's the way we're supposed to be going, obviously. Yeah. So we got to go back up the hill and go that way. We got up there. That man was gone. And at one point we were all like, okay, are we heat stroking? Like, like you saw him. Did everybody see this man in the red coat? And then we found this other man was walking his dog or whatever. And he's like, you guys lost? We're like, yeah, like we don't know where the fuck we're going. He's like, you trying to get out the fast way or the slow way? He's like, cause I'm going all the way around. It'd be about another hour. He's like, but if you go left right now, like you'll get down by the water. It's a little swampy. He goes, but you'll get out. That was supposed to take us 15 minutes. It took us another hour and something.
What?
And I don't know how. And then we saw another snake, and we were seeing all these holes and trees rooted up, like uprooted. And I was like, something's living in here. I don't like this no more.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I rolled my ankles 5 times.
Like, ow.
It just, oh my gosh.
No.
Good exercise. I got my 10K steps in. But never again.
I went to a walk. Or in Shuby, you know.
I still never walked there.
It's fun.
Like, is it an actual path?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's paths everywhere. I look up in Dartmouth Crossing. Like, the way it went, I was like, wait, it didn't even take long to get here.
I'm weak.
Like, I entered in through, like, by my house. So what?
You're like, how did I get here? Wow. What the hell?
I could walk to work, but I'm not.
Fuck that. No. I'm all here for the exercise, but that was a lot. And, like, especially not working out for 2 months and jumping right into that.
Yeah. My gosh.
I was jumping down off stuff. I was like, well, there goes my knees. Like, because, like, to the average person, if you're, say, standing up on something like this, you got to jump down. That's all cool. But that's half the height of my body.
Yeah.
Okay? So for me to jump, my knees are like, no!
You're like, please.
Yeah, it was interesting, the food. So it's like, yay or nay. Would you try it or have you tried it, pretty much?
Oh.
So one of the top trending foods that is coming back in 2024 is Spam.
Yeah.
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 So my other old child, not this one, obsessed. Literally will cut it up out the can, eat it in cubes, eat it in slices.
That's like Daddy.
When I was younger, my grandparents used to make that with some Kraft dinner, fried up, whatever. You're young. You don't get like whatever. Now, I had it now. When you're cooking it smells like piss.
Right.
Like I can't smell that smell. And it's just salty. It's something that you take like one bite of. You're like, okay, cool. I'm done for the year. I don't want any more of this.
They make it look so good on the mukbang.
Oh my god, on everything. Even the can. Like,
yeah.
Gosh, maybe we're doing something wrong.
Like,
let us know in the comments. Y'all eat Spam? Like,
how are we supposed to do it?
Gosh, I'm missing out. Okay, pink drink. Have you tried it from Starbucks?
Oh, yes.
You like it?
Wait, that's the milky one?
Yeah, strawberry milk.
And I did try it. It's cute. But it's not my go-to.
I don't know how I feel about mixing strawberry in milk. Like, I'm okay drinking like a strawberry refresher or whatever, and I'm okay drinking milk. But when you mix them together, it's something.
It's like
Reminds me of
protein
medicine or
shake,
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even. I don't like strawberry milkshakes. I just feel like I would gag
I don't
on
like
that.
strawberry milkshake.
I used to like strawberry milk when I was a kid, but now it's like, again, something I take 2 sips of, I'm like, never mind.
All right.
Enough. Watermelon and mustard.
Hell no. I like watermelon though. But
I like
I
watermelon
don't even
too.
like mustard.
Mustard's like,
I mean, I'll try anything if it has a decent texture.
watermelon and tahini. I've tried that one.
I don't even like tahini.
No? I find it tastes like the rimmer for a Caesar mixed with like, I don't know, extra salt or something.
But, watermelon with salt, good though.
Is it? Is that what Patience was talking about the other day when she went to her friends?
No.
She said it was supposed to make it sweeter or something.
Sugar. I don't know.
No, I think she said salt. I don't know. It's like a little like the chamoy pickle. So
I want to
pickle,
try
fruit
it.
roll up, rolled in chamoy, and I feel like there's something else on there too.
It's okay.
That's ghetto.
Like,
So much work. I don't know if I would try that though. The fruit roll up getting stuck to my teeth is what's like doing it for me. Tanghulu? What is it called? What is it called? When they put the fruit on the stick and dip it in sugar that's boiled and then it hardens.
oh yeah, I want that.
I would eat
The
that.
grapes?
I would eat
Yeah.
that. On the next episode, well,
yum.
Costco failed you this time. Something that my other daughter eats, it completely grosses me out, gives me like, she did it at Easter with the fucking Easter Bunny chocolate. She melted it down and rolled a pickle in it and lets it harden. I cannot, like, just watching her do it, I want to throw up. She ate like 3 of them. I couldn't believe it.
What was it?
Pickles and chocolate.
No.
She melts down like milk chocolate, dries the pickle, rolls it in there, lets it harden, and then eats it.
Ew. Did you ever have the pickle with the cheese though?
No?
Like the fried cheese, and then you put the pickle in it.
No?
It's good. Nice little snack.
I mean, I feel like pickles and cheese. Sometimes I take a cheese slice and put like either ham or turkey or whatever I have, and then a pickle and like some type of sauce, roll it up. You got a little mini sandwich. You're good to go. Okay, this is a weird one. Orange juice and cream. Like whipping cream.
No.
So it's supposed to taste like creamsicle.
Oh, the creamsicle. You were saying that though.
But I mixed it with ice cream, not cream. So I don't know. I feel like it would be too. I feel like it would curdle the milk. Like anyway, honey fries. I'm assuming it's just honey on fries. I like honey, that's one thing. When you go to the States, you can get honey wherever you're at. I don't think you can do that here.
No.
I'm gonna start asking in the drive-thrus because, like, chicken nuggets and honey.
That's good.
It's fire. But the honey down, it just tastes different.
Yeah, it's not good.
Okay, this is kind of like your preference. When you drink an iced coffee, do you like it flavored or just like regular coffee?
The only flavor I want is vanilla.
Yup.
I don't like caramel.
I had what was it? Yeah, no, I only like vanilla. Even like Second Cup has really good vanilla iced coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Vanilla bean. But yeah, no. Someone tried to kill me and bring me one. It was like a hazelnut something made with almond milk. She's like, yeah, I got it with almond milk instead of cream. And I'm like, death. Just say you didn't want me to do your nails. My gosh. This one over here, Making Creations is what I'm going to call it. So salami, hot sauce, Old Bay, pickles, banana peppers, the juices, and a couple other seasonings mixed in the bowl. It smelled good.
It was good.
Was it actually good?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd try it. It's the pickle juice that's off-putting for me.
It's only for a little bit. Like, just enough to, like, dump the water.
Just to have some sauce. And the last one is whipped iced coffee. It's instant coffee, sugar, and water. And it just gets really fluffy.
Oh no.
I'd feel like I was drinking beer foam.
Yeah.
It was good.
Ugh.
Good.
See, I'll be trying too much for me.
It's like, close your palate.
Stop eating this stuff.
Man, when we were little, it could never just be, what do you want for lunch? Like, Daddy would always be like, we come home, and it would be noodles, right? But fat. Like, ugh, you know when you
Yeah.
overcook them? Or,
And they're
like, it would
mush.
never be something different. It'd be like, he had, like, noodle fest for freaking a month.
Just
And
ready to
then,
go.
Yeah, he went on a zoodle kick. And we were like, Daddy,
Oh.
like, we don't want it.
Yuck.
Too bad.
That, I used to... Okay, tell me I'm not crazy. Do you remember, you know Chef Boyardee?
Yeah.
Do you remember the mac and cheese?
See?
I can still taste the fucking flavor of it. It was in a can. I have to find a picture of it.
No, I don't.
I have to find a picture of it. I don't know if... Okay, they brought it back as like this in the heatable containers. But it was like, it wasn't even packaged like that. Where the fuck is it at? It was almost like this, like in the can. It was
Never
real
had
thick.
that.
I used to kill
Was it
that.
good?
No!
Ew.
But I used to eat the shit out of that. It was so, like you said, like, look, it's overcooked,
Ew,
but there's like
man.
all this cheese in it. Frig, I'd
I
kill
used to
that.
kill craft dinner bowls.
Yeah.
Even though they're hot. Right.
3 minutes in the microwave, have your mouth on fire. Holy hell. No, I used to, it's crazy because, oh my god, because I'm so tired. My mom used to always pack my lunch, and I don't think there was ever a day where I was like, fuck, why'd she send me this?
Right.
But it was, I just very vaguely remembered always being soup and a sandwich. Like flakes of ham and lettuce, and then some type of soup in the thermos. I don't really remember my snacks or anything like that, but I remember because I would take the sandwich and dip it in the soup.
Yum.
It was usually tomato. Good to go. So it's a guy, I think it's a guy telling the story. This isn't scary, but it haunts me more than anything. I had a young mother come into labor and delivery for a scheduled C-section for triplets at 33 weeks. I was doing her, okay, yep. English. Get it together. I was doing her, I don't know what that means. But they were doing like the ultrasound, checking how, like the position of the babies and whatever. She was super squirrely and nervous. So I asked if there was anything I could do, to help her with any of her concerns. She told me they had warned her of all these terrible things that would happen to her with a multiple pregnancy, and none had. She said she'd been out mall walking yesterday, and the babies were all projected to be over 4 pounds, hence the C-section now, because they're all at like a safe weight. Then she said, I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop. I tried to reassure her that everything looked great. Her C-section did go well, and all 3 babies were big. I rounded on her that next morning and went off service. I even told her, see, you didn't have anything to worry about. She died the next day.
Oh.
Plot twist. From acute cardiac decomposition in a helicopter on the way to another hospital trying to get a heart transplant. She apparently had been developing dilated cardiomyopathy and the uterus pressing on her, like her, what is it called? Pushing up. Oh my god, I can't even think. Was keeping her compensated. The delivery is what killed her. And she knew. Somehow she just knew. And that bothers me more than any ghost.
And it should.
That's
you know what?
crazy. Like, imagine going in the hospital thinking I'm just going to have these babies. There's nothing wrong. And she didn't know that she had a heart condition either.
See, come on, man.
How are 3 babies the only thing keeping you alive? And then...
That makes me sad.
It's crazy.
Like, I don't want to blame the doctors.
But, like,
it's just not thorough enough. Like,
you didn't
nothing's
know.
thorough enough.
And I feel like a woman carrying 3 babies at once, you should be doing more checks than you would have ever been
what do you
doing
mean
anyway.
I'm gonna be fine.
Like,
I'm
that's
dead.
terrifying.
Oh,
Like, pregnancy is already scary because you literally
Right.
don't know what's going on in your body. You're growing a fucking human. Okay? It's gross, for one. Everyone's like, oh, pregnancy's beautiful. Blah, blah. Listen. Okay, it's cute and all until you got a foot sitting, like, on the oat print of your stomach. And it's just like, your pants are stuck. And it's just like, in your fucking stomach.
Like, I'd be like,
there's times where I used to sit there and like do this because why are you in my rib cage? No, it's scary. But like,
terrible.
I know people right now that are pregnant and they're scared. And like, you should be.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not something that you sit, for one, I learned my lesson the 3rd time I got pregnant by, I'm not going to say running my mouth, but you're like, oh, I'm pregnant, we're having a baby, blah, blah, blah. And then I have a miscarriage.
Yeah, it's like you can't even be excited.
Oh my God. Because the one thing in your head, because I already had 2 kids, it's like, oh, that would never happen to me.
Right.
I already had kids. Like, you're fine. No. And when you're younger, like, the doctors don't talk to you about shit. And especially being like a black mother.
Right.
And being young. Like, when I had her, I get it. I was a child. But like, no one told me nothing.
Right.
No one told me nothing. They didn't offer for me to try breastfeeding. They didn't tell me that you had like after labor that you're going to have contractions for 6 more weeks after you leave the hospital. No one told me that
I didn't
shit.
know that.
Yeah. Because I'm like, why am I still in pain? They're like, oh, your uterus is shrinking from like this size back down to this. I didn't know that.
Some info would be nice.
Please help me. Just stuff like that. Like, they don't inform you nothing. I almost damn near died having her. No one told me. No one told me what was wrong. I was pushing. The woman's like, stop and roll on your side. Like, don't move. Okay.
Wow.
Like, I'm in pain. You're telling me just don't do nothing? Because our heart rates were both dropping. And they didn't want me to panic because if she would have said something, I would have freaked out. Because she was coming out too quick. So they're like, your heart rate, her temperature, like whatever. And my mom's just standing there like, holy shit. But I didn't know.
That's terrible.
That is scary. And then you
second thought.
But never mind. But no. And like, I did it again because then I got pregnant after the second, like the miscarriage. And I was scared because I was like, well, I'm not going to tell anyone until I'm like so far along or whatever. And I thought I made it to a safe spot. I was like, cool, we're good. Like, no issues. Nope. Happen again. And like, I was starting to get a stomach. I was fucking like throwing up, like had all the symptoms and everything. And they went and did an ultrasound. They're like, there's no baby. Like the sac was growing. So like, that's why I was gaining weight and whatever. They're like, but it's empty. Well, how does that happen?
Man.
Again, didn't know shit. Because the first time it happened, they didn't tell me anything or be like, this is why it happens. Nothing. And then here we are. So when I got pregnant with King, I didn't tell no one until I was like 6 months.
Oh my God.
And it ruined the pregnancy because it's like, I don't even want to get excited because like my kid's going to come out with 3 legs.
Right.
Frig. But no, I know people right now that are scared and I'm like, not to discourage pregnancy or anything, but like the shit is scary. There's stuff they miss on ultrasounds where they're like, oh no, your baby's fine. 10 fingers, 10 toes. They come out, got 3 fingers. Like, well, where was that?
Like, oh, I thought that was a finger.
It was a vein. It was fine.
That's terrible.
But to die from childbirth is crazy.
Like, I feel bad for the family.
Did you watch the Kevin Hart movie? Fatherhood?
No.
His wife dies. Spoiler.
From the pregnancy?
Yeah. She gives birth and then he's stuck with the baby. Like, that's what the movie is or whatever. But the beginning, I'm telling you, crying. Just crying. Because he's like a comedy guy, right?
Yeah. But I have a question. What do people misunderstand about you the most?
I know, bitch. No. I don't know. No, I think that people a lot of times think that I am a bitch. And, like, that I'm cold-hearted is what I get sometimes. But, like, I'm not. I just don't let people in.
Right.
We talked about that last time because, like I said, I'll let you in. You can't fuck nothing up.
Right.
So, I don't know. And I'm not one to show people emotions for the most part. Like, I gotta be pretty upset for you to see something crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's rage. Like, we let that out freely. But, yeah, no, just... I don't know. That could be just my opinion of what people think, but I've definitely been told that I come off as like no emotion or whatever. But I'm not. Your girl be happy when we're not depressed, of course.
When that sunshine comes around once a month,
you know. Every third Tuesday. How about you?
I feel like people think I'm intimidating.
Mm.
But I mean, I can be, but I'm not though.
I definitely thought that when I first met you. And it's so hard.
Because the whole time I'm scared.
Yeah. We're both like, oh, I don't want to go there, but I want to talk to her so bad.
It's like, I don't want no attitude, bro. Like, I'd be scared.
That's so funny. And then you finally talk to someone. It's like, oh, it's fine.
And yeah. And when I was, well, I'm still quiet, but people take that as I'm shy. I'm not shy anymore. But people think that if I'm too quiet, I let people walk over me. Mm. But that's my problem because I'll go 0 to 100. And
I'll let you do so much.
And then it flipped the script and you're like, what the stuff is? There was this lady, right? And we had to park at a certain spot because it was like a busy day. Mm. She waited till I got out the car to be like, oh, I don't know if you know this. Obviously, I didn't know if I parked there. I don't know if you know this, but you gotta park behind the blue line, blah, blah, blah. And I looked. I was like, where? And she was like, way down there. I was like, ain't nobody trying to walk that far.
Like, I'm already late, bro. Can you go park my car for me? Like, right.
And I was like, that's all I did. And she was like, I said, ain't nobody trying to walk that far. The fuck? Right? And then she said, excuse me? I'm grown too. I said, and then I just walked away. She was like, oh, like, whose mother do you think you are?
What are you
going to do? Just like you.
That would have pissed me off. They used to do that.
And I wasn't in the mood. Like, want me to kick you in your shins and keep my car there?
Can you imagine? I'll park right in the front. Right. Returns. Hey.
Thank you. In the loading zone.
Like, my gosh, don't tell me. I used to get in shit at the mall all the time for that. Because it's the same thing. If you work in the mall, and I never paid attention to the parking lot until I worked there, there's a blue line. That outlines the back part of the parking lot. And they're like, oh, you got to park out there. One day, this man, they sent security out for whoever was parking in front. And I used to, listen, first spot I can get right there by the door. He'd be like, you can't park here. You work in the mall. You can't park here. You got to go over there behind the blue line. I just looked at the man. Tow the car then. Yeah. And I walked into the mall because who are you talking to? It's like 8 a.m. Like, ain't no one here.
And why? Like, I get it. Yeah, customers.
I don't care.
Like, why are you putting the customer before me? Do you want me to work or do you want them to work?
Yeah,
like,
no.
Come on.
No, I hate that shit. Like, you want to talk about parking? Yeah. Piss me off.
Like,
can't park out front.
Well, then, like, the stuff I want to say.
I don't need this place.
Do you ever wonder, like, how people perceive you?
Yeah.
Because I think about that way too much. It's not like I care, like, what people think about me, blah, blah. I'm just like, when I walk into the room, like, what do they think?
Yeah. I definitely think that.
Like,
and I have this image, and it's terrible, because, like, it's not the image I have of myself, but it's the image I have of myself for other people.
Right.
My thing is wondering what people do at home.
Yeah,
I go home and it's like, okay, well, I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm doing this, but like, do they go home and just sit on the couch?
Right. I'm like,
oh man.
And then maybe there is something wrong with me, because then I wonder, like, how do they be chilling?
Yeah.
Like, do they actually be laughing?
How do they eat? Do they actually cook food? Like,
you know, I got cheated on a lot. And, like, I always wonder, do you act that way with them? Like, you act with me? And I don't feel special anymore. That's terrible.
Stop.
But like, I always wonder that, even with friends, like, do you say those jokes to other people?
I know. Like, is this just our conversation?
Right.
You out here doing this shit with everybody.
Right. Save for the streets.
I'm freaking weak. No, I definitely, and like, doing clients too. Especially if it's someone new. Do you know how nervous I get?
Bruh.
I've been doing this shit almost 10 years. I still
doesn't
to this
matter.
day. And it
Like,
could be
it
someone
gives me
new coming in and I'm like, oh no, like,
Like, oh, now they're gonna talk trash. Now they're gonna, like, that's,
well, because I don't know who you are. I don't know what you like. I don't know who you know either. So I need to very much watch what I
Right.
say. And then the same thing, like you said, are they walking in the door like, oh, this bitch, like, she
Right?
doesn't know how to do my nails. Look
Like-
at her over there, hair all crazy and wearing this fucking mismatched shit.
it's like, so.
I'd be looking crazy at work.
You.
Like, I know people come in like, is she homeless on the side? Like, on her days off, does the bitch have somewhere to go?
Right? Like, I'd be like, oh, I don't want to do my hair. So I'll put a bonnet on. Here, come get your hair done.
Like, my gosh. No, especially the gym.
Oh,
When you walk
I
in the gym and you
often-
feel like everybody's like, oh,
Right?
she's here.
I
Like,
often think, like, if I leave too early, I'm like, fuck, walk of
I know.
shame. Because it's like, they're like,
the
"What is
time
here long enough?"
like, didn't she just get here 15
Right.
minutes ago?
Or like, if I'm on the Stairmaster, but I'm dying
Yeah.
and I gotta get off, I'm like,
Like, it's
they're
not enough.
judging. They're judging.
Or you're doing sets and it's like, oh, that was only 11.
Right?
No, I didn't do 12.
It's like,
Who was counting? Or you ever lose count and want to turn around and ask
Yeah,
someone,
be
you know
like,
how many I got? Like,
which one am I on?
it's crazy.
Oh my God.
So I'm not the only one that does that. My scary thing is when you're driving, you get somewhere and you don't know how the fuck you got there. It's like, how many people did I run over today? That has to be dangerous.
It is. It definitely is.
Access Nova
That's-
Scotia,
is that
don't
like-
tune in. I literally be driving and like say you get to a red light and then you like open your eyes and you're home. And it's like,
Yeah.
there was a lot of steps between the last thing I remember and
It's
here.
terrible. I always do that, especially if I'm bad.
Like, how does that happen? I know the music hits good sometimes, but goddamn, to not remember like a
Right.
10-minute window of driving. And driving is the worst thing.
Mhm.
Driving late nights when no one else is awake or just like blaring music.
Right.
That's why the gym sometimes, and you got headphones in, noise canceling
Right.
shit, and you're just sitting there, it's
I'd
like
be
everybody else
forgetting,
melts away.
right?
And then it's like, fuck, I want to start singing or doing
Yeah,
something stupid.
and
Or
I
like,
forget
shit, I feel like I'm about to cry in the gym.
Right.
And
I
I'm like,
was-
no, there's people. Like, it's together. No, it's bad.
Oh my gosh, Kay, when my aunt died, RIP, last week, I was at the gym and like daddy just called me and I was like,
Let me finish this. Let me get this
I
one
was
last
like,
set
I
out.
didn't get the set done. Like, she ain't gonna come back. I was like, oh shit, that
She
shit
ain't gonna
ain't.
come back as
Well, me going home faster ain't gonna
Oh,
make a difference. So.
I'm freaking
Gotta
weak.
get the sadness of somehow. I was like, oh.
More reps.
Oh,
I'm freaking weak.
This is so
Oh,
terrible.
freak.
Me and Val were doing that at work because I was like, that same day I went to work and I told her, I was like,
R.I.P. Auntie.
bad news bear, huh? She's gone. And then Val was like, oh, damn. And we were just like, dang, like doing that. And then our friend was like, you guys are weird. Like, this is how you deal? I was like,
What-
cry? Like,
What do you want me to do? For real.
I already cried, bro. That's enough.
I only got so many tears.
Like,
The
come on.
reserve.
We're not gonna sit here. It's not gonna bring her back. Like, I don't understand.
You ever live in a trauma? Like,
So I don't worry.
we're starting a TV show, guys.
Like, I'm just kidding.
Reality TV here. It'll pan back and forth from each of us. Like this one at work. Look at her at work. Look what's happening. Just put the screens together.
That's what we need.
Oh my
Reality
gosh.
show.
I wish I could record nail sessions. Like,
Right.
I'm gonna start asking people like, yo, Don't use no names. Let's go.
Let's go.
It'd be crazy.
Like, I would love to hear.
Anyway, I just got distracted and fuck. Like, you know, if something really traumatic happens and it's like every day you open your eyes and it's like, back to it today.
Yeah.
Remember that time? And then you're driving, you're like, oh, that really happened.
Right?
And then it's like, you get to work. Yeah, you did that to me. That's crazy.
Right? Oh, people
Like,
are
fuck.
lucky I'm not out for revenge. Do you understand? Because holy smokes.
If I had a record, and I say this is the one thing because your girl needs to travel. I said this before.
Right.
That is the only thing holding me back because if I was one of them bitches that's out here and had a record since I was 13,
Then,
I'm killing everybody.
there's nothing to lose.
Like, can you imagine? No, you pissed me off. Wow, right on the
I'm
jaw.
not like anybody. What?
I'm freaking weak.
So be angry. That reminds me of my cousin. Like,
Oh, frig. I literally think about that all the time. I'm like, that's the one thing, like, must be nice.
I always wonder, like, how would I do in jail?
I'd be
Would I
terrible.
hold up?
I'd be like, yo, y'all want nails? I'm gonna find something. Toilet paper, nails in jail. Like, don't touch me. I got you.
Like, I got everyone's hair for free. Please don't hurt me. I'm just a baby.
Like, let me work in the kitchen. I'll whip something up with them instant potatoes. I got you. I would not. I've been to too many jail visits that I'm good.
Bruh.
Just the visits alone. Like, I was probably maybe 10, 9 or 10. Like, I was little. I went up to Waterville to see my brother. First of all, he said he watches every episode.
Really? Thanks, buddy.
He's like, I'd be cracked up laughing. Like, I saw your
straight
little
up.
Instagram stuff or whatever. So I was crying. I said, I might make a killing off you.
Right?
I said, if I just did one episode telling your stories, game over. But this one time we went up to see him in Waterville and like, you know how family's fucked. So we're visiting. It was me, mom, my grandparents going to see him. When I say this visit was like just a full event because for one, it's a youth, the place we're talking about is a youth jail. Okay. Like it's children. They're like 13, 16, whatever. This one guy come out and I remember thinking like, fuck, does he work here? Like this
Like,
motherfucker's big, no neck, shoulders like up like this, big as hell. He comes. So the visits are like almost like a round table and then you could sit and there was like a few of them. And you could go up to like the little guard station. It's a fucking community center, okay? You could go up and get cards or whatever you want to do. And then there's like, it's all windows on the wall. And you can see there's a field that they're allowed to go out and have rec time, whatever. So this guy comes across the field from where his cell was, comes into the visitor thing, which was crazy to me. Cause like, you're supposed to be in jail. How can you just walk in here? Anyway,
like what?
He opens, you know, like those plastic bins that you'd keep like, cushion covers for your patio furniture. Yeah. Fuck. Your patio furniture. He opens it up and it's like baseballs, soccer balls, footballs, whatever. My brother looks at me and goes, watch what he's about to do. When I say this man's like 6 foot, like 10, he's not small. How are you in a child's jail? Anyway, he opens up the door to outside, takes every single fucking ball out of the thing and boots it out onto the field. And then he closes the thing down, looks around, and walks back out. And I looked at my brother and was like, what the fuck is wrong with him? He's like, he does that every day.
Why?
He comes in here to make the guards pick it up. Because he ain't fucking doing it. I said, what? I guess for breakfast, he'll go get a loaf of bread, squish it down, and just chomp on the bread like that.
You boy.
Just big for nothing.
Bread.
This is why you don't have a neck. Like,
that is how someone died.
That was the beginning of the visit, okay? Then we get like halfway through, and my grandparents had like diabetes and all that stuff, so they had pills that they had to take around lunchtime. So my grandfather, he started getting dementia, okay? So he's in a dress shirt, and he had in his pocket a little baggie. You can't bring shit into that, even though it's still a jail. Like they search you and whatever. He goes, it's pill time, gotta take these, and rips this baggie out of his pocket full of like 6 or 7 pills, And my brother like reaches across and snatches them. He's like, you can't have them out here. Like, what are you doing? Why'd you take them? So we're cracked up laughing. Like, even the drive home, I was pissing myself laughing because we're like, why would you take a bag of pills into the jail? Like, you couldn't wait until you got to the car. And it was just so funny. Like
alcohol bottles.
Shots. Oh my fuck, it was funny. Like, that was a mess.
That's so funny.
We went up one time. This guy got stabbed in the ear with a pen. And I'm like, in my head, though, I'm still feeling like these are children.
Yeah, like, what are you doing?
But because it's like built, I call it a fucking community center because that's what it is. They would let them get like takeout nights. It's like if you were on good behavior, you could get pizza or Subway. There wasn't much up there or whatever. And it was pizza night. And they always used to make sure, like, everybody, there was someone in charge of handing it out, so everybody got a slice.
Yeah.
But the guy was being an ass and didn't want to give one to, like, one of the younger guys. So one of the older guys was like, no, you're going to give him his pizza or whatever the fuck they were arguing about. And he ended up stabbing him in the ear with a pen over a slice of pizza.
Oh my God.
I said, see, that's the shit I'm not built for.
Like, come on.
Like, I don't even want it. Never mind.
Like, whoa.
Was it that good? Damn.
Like, over pizza, bro?
Mm-mm.
There was this guy I grew up with, and he been in jail, like, my whole life, really. Like, I remember he was in Waterville, and he was like, man, I love it here. This is better than home, because I got to play the game and stuff. And he was like, I don't even have a game at home.
So go to jail for
the fun. But then I saw on, I think it was Insta, this guy who was like, yeah, like, mostly every man is in there doing the thing.
Yeah.
And you guys are going back?
Love it here, because
just come out the closet. It's very clear. Like, we can see.
The jails here, and I've never been in them, and I can't say they're a joke because I wouldn't want to do it, but compared to the States, oh, fuck no.
I would.
He was in a jail down there. I had to Google it because I ain't gonna say no places or not, but what the fuck?
Like, what?
The ceiling? The article that came up was that the jail was being condemned because it was that old, and like, y'all can't see the ceiling, but if you go back on our other episodes, like it's the drop down ones or whatever, the ceilings are kind of like that, but they're falling apart. So there's wires hanging out the ceilings and stuff. So you can electrocute people. Like they're using the wires to like torture people and stuff. And I'm like, fix the jail. So they have to like transport all the prisoners to another one. And I'm like, I'm not built for that. You ever been to jail?
People think I've been to jail because of these numbers.
Shut up! Not the barcode scanner in.
And like, I'll make a joke. When I worked at the liquor store, this guy was like, "What do those numbers mean?" I was like, "When I was in the pen, you know." And I kept going. He was like, "You got a job here?" And I was like, "Yeah, like they'll hire anyone." Bro. And then he was like, "So how can I get a job?" I was like, "I'm only joking." Wait a minute.
You a felon?
It's like, you actually believe
Are you serious?
Like, why would I have the number on me?
I'm freaking weak. Memories.
I mean, yeah.
You're like, just give me the same one when I come back. Check me back in. Like a hotel. Just
like,
I'm me. Oh my gosh. No.
This is the movie ATL Trivia.
Ding, ding. Fire movie.
Alright. Number 1, what was the name of T.I.'s character?
Am I slow?
You know.
Hold on. Pause the show.
Hey, drink soda.
Oh my god. Has it been that long since I watched the movie?
It starts with an R.
Ration. No.
Kinda.
What is his name? I fail at life. What is his name? Rashad?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I just had a whole fucking seizure. I'm putting the movie on right now. Wow.
Who in the movie got shot?
His brother.
Yes, sir. That was
every time I just was like,
I know. The party. and he drops the milk.
Like, and it just splashes. That will
Yeah.
forever.
Like,
Man.
and then, yeah, okay, sorry.
Reminiscing over the movie like I was
I
in
know
it.
every line. Who was not Rashad's friend? A. Teddy. B. Slim. C. Brooklyn. Or D. Esquire.
Slim.
Yeah.
We
I don't
know
know
Teddy.
who Slim is.
I know. I remember.
I know Teddy.
Yeah. Is the
Esquire.
Huxtable guy.
Yes.
Esquire is the one with the cast and the big ass teeth.
No, that's Brooklyn.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Teddy is Marcus from Freaking.
Gotcha.
And then Esquire is the one who's like, you got a Picasso in your house.
The teeth.
Yeah.
His teeth bug me, man. His front teeth.
I don't know if I know. Which locker number did Rashad have? A. 15. B. 40. C. 60. D. 76.
I'm throwing it out there. Just 15. I don't know.
No, it's 40.
What?
When they did the drug bust. Oh, wait, no, that was Anthem.
That was a crazy setup. Yeah.
Oh, then how would he know? Oh, when he's like putting the books in, and then he's like, "Man, your mama ain't available."
She's like,
"My mama not home."
oh,
What was in the movie Nunu's real name? Or like in the movie, not.
I'm picturing the dad saying it when he calls her downstairs.
She had some lot of milk then too. And why couldn't she just be like, "Okay, yeah, I'm from the burbs, but like I love hoodie games." Like, why couldn't she just say that?
Why are you lying? I can't remember her name.
Starts with an E.
Evelyn? No.
It was on the car for
I don't remember.
Aaron.
Fuck. Yeah, because she had to.
Yeah.
Nah.
She just played that so wrong. Like, she didn't have to act
so dramatic. Why do you want to be ghetto?
Right. You can take the piss in the hallways. He was killing her, but why are you yelling at my hose?
Oh, frig.
What did Rashad give Nunu?
The necklace.
Yeah, give me my necklace, bro.
This ain't Joe's.
Why do you get mad at everyone else, though?
Pissed.
Like,
you knew?
He's like,
you knew?
Matter of fact, get the fuck off my porch. That was the first F word in the movie.
Like, frig, that was funny.
Okay. Who was Rashad's ex? Like, what was her name?
Don't remember. I can picture her.
Yeah. She was pretty, but Tanya.
Of course it was
Who would know
Tanya.
her name?
Yeah, what the hell?
And then, what was the name of Rashad's skating group? A, the Preps. B, the Rejects. C, the One. And D,
The ones.
Get Money Crew. It was the One.
They the ones.
Get Money.
I love that movie.
And you drank all my soda. Did you see Lotto redid it?
No.
She did. They should.
They're supposed to make number 2.
Nah, I don't want to see it.
I feel like it would be ruined. Like,
right? Ain't she too old? And
Yeah.
I don't want to see no other.
No. It would have to be the same people. And what are you going to do?
Right.
It'd be like, oh, we had kids. Look, they're going through the same thing. Like, you
Like,
know that's what it's supposed to be. Because they ain't going to be 60 years old like, why are you out here doing this?
Yes. Why are we here at old people's homes?
One bowl.
I ain't gonna lie. I got to cut it last night.
Every time I see like a mixing bowl like that, I'm like, one bowl.
Every time I do, that's what I say.
No, I'm freaking weak. No, fire movie. Just so you know, when we're done here, I'm putting it on the TV.
Yeah. I'm just sick of everyone. Man, tell me why. Because, okay, when I'm getting ready, I have to watch something, right? Or it's just not going to happen. And usually I watch my show on YouTube. but then, you know those balloony poppy
Yeah.
things? I watched it, and I'm like, so you grown, like 30 plus, going on this show?
Yo.
Like, what?
I got stuck in fucking La La Land with those one day. Just because I'm like, this is ridiculous.
I'm like, this is stupid.
Have you seen some of the people on there, though?
I only ever watched 2, but I watched the one girl because she went viral on Instagram because the men all popped their balloon.
What
I
girl?
liked her. She was like, they were saying she came in too aggressive, but like she was just assertive, I feel, and they weren't feeling that. I don't know.
Was she?
But she
I feel like I know who you're
every
talking
single
about.
guy. She was like, and you're very handsome, well dressed. But like she was pretty, but someone was like, you favored Glorilla. She was like, Glorilla? That's crazy. But she did. She was like more like Kelly Rowland. But
not at all.
She was like, Glorilla's light skin, I'm dark. Like you can tell she was like pro dark skin because, you know.
Yeah. No,
but they were not feeling her. But I liked her.
It's just the fact of like, okay, you're having a 2-second conversation with these people. And they could be lying about anything.
Right? I seen it was like dating in 2024. It's like just balloons.
It's crazy. There was one, it was a girl, and then it was like all the guys lined up. And when I don't think anyone popped it right off rip, but when she started talking, because like you could tell she was eyeing this guy. So then like 3 guys popped it and they're like, well, I know you ain't picking me.
Right.
And then she was saying like what she likes or whatever. And the one guy popped his own balloon. And she's like, when they asked him like why or whatever, she's like, well, you like tall men and that's obvious. I ain't that. Cause he was like, he was short though. And she was tall as fuck. And he's like, yeah, that ain't gonna work. And then like the age thing and whatever, but then this guy popped his balloon, got it back, and then popped it again, and I was crying. I'm like, this is a mess.
Oh my goodness.
I'd be so ashamed though, because some of them be rude though.
Yeah,
like when the men come in, they're like, "Oh, your teeth, you're this, you're that." Like, how you tear me up?
Like now you've gone too far.
The one guy was talking about the girl's titties. He's like, have you had kids? Blah, blah. Whoa. And she's like, no, why? He's like, why does your chest look like that? I was like, no. You know what? And then another girl popped it because she's like, how you owe your body shaming women?
Because
like, I was like, oh, wow.
One time I planned, my ex's birthday, like dinner. And we went first. You know what? Maybe I'll just talk about that. So he lived in this house full of roommates, right? But there was this one girl, she loved to that. Like she wanted him.
Stop.
You couldn't tell me nothing. Mm-hmm. And I was like, there's nothing wrong with her wanting you, but like how you entertain it, that's when it becomes disrespectful, right? Yep. And like they would be like going grocery shopping together, having sleepovers in the room together, freaking watching movies all cuddled up. And like I was crashing out. Like I was going nuts every second.
How would you not?
And like he would make me feel like I'm going crazy for no reason. He was like, no, like we're just friends. She has a man. I don't care if she has 10 men. Like what does that got to do with me? Mm-hmm. Anyways, one time, time when I moved there, I like surprised him kinda. I didn't tell him like he knew I was on the way, just not that I was there. Yeah. Well, I was this man upstairs, like in her room. And so I was creeping up the stairs. I'm listening. He was like, I'll see you Saturday. Saturday?
What's going on then? Saturday?
So I just went into his room and I was like, boo. And then he's like, you can't just be coming up in here unannounced.
Who? Why? Now I'm doing it every time. like now I'm never calling you.
Like just give me the key to take my stuff home, like to Nova Scotia, because I was in PEI, bro. I didn't want to go home so fast. Like you ruined my home. But yeah, I think to this day, crazy. I don't know if they did anything sexual just because of her. Like she was heavy in the church and stuff, but they definitely something. Yeah, you ain't just chilling. You just shouldn't be in the room at all. Right? You shouldn't even be in the house. Like, that had me hot. And she was like, your shirt's up here. Oh.
Ma'am,
Man, I just wish I was how I am now back then.
don't you hate that? It's like, can I just
I would have
reverse and
dragged
do
you
a
down the
couple things?
stairs. Like, I don't care. It's your host.
Here, give me that record. Run it.
Like, oh.
Mm-mm.
But, like, I wouldn't deal with that now, though.
No.
Because it's like, I don't care. It's
Mm-mm.
not about cheating. It's about the respect. If you're disrespectful, out of my face.
I feel like there's things when we were younger that definitely were like, haha, hee hee.
Right.
But now, like, I think I'd run you over for that shit.
Like, I'll actually fight you and him. I'll bang your heads together and roll you down the stairs. How about that?
And then wrap you in my shirt that you saw.
Oh, yeah, that shirt. Yeah, on Saturday.
Joke.
Yeah. Like,
and I'm coming back Saturday.
Right?
What are we doing?
Because what's happening Saturday, folks? No, because
what are we getting into?
Right. And then I asked him about it, and he was like, oh, nothing. Didn't end up going. So what was going on Saturday?
There was nowhere to go.
Again. I gotta stop. Fuck.
Getting heated in here. We don't fight. No. Mm-mm. Well, folks,
That's it for this episode.
that's all we call it. See you next time.